believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time. I'm a person who will spike the conversation, who will get politics rolling and stimulate new questions and new answers to our current political dilemma facing our nation. I believe I have a keen understanding of the economy and how to improve where we're at relative to other nations around the world. I believe that our goal at America's Third Party was to create a very strong platform in which would propel the American people forward with new opportunities and a new possibility of creating a better nation, a cleaner environment, and less war. Give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to America's Third Party and our Technology Thursday show. I'm David Sponheim. We have a pulse of the technology going on here. We use the technology every day. We're immersed in the interactive social networking. I've seen over the past 10 years the decline of rich internet media platforms like this. Believe it or not, we're not going in the positive direction, we're de-evolving. When we first started, we had Stickcam, Blog TV, Justin TV. We had Ustream that was fully free, accessible. We had numerous IRC options, TinyURL, there's TinyChat. We still have those options, but more and more people who don't have email verification can't get in. So we're working on the side. You'll see Sarah come in tonight and work on server issues. We're working on the side to develop an open chat room for everybody around the world that isn't got the barriers that we're facing right now with censorship, that doesn't have those particular stop points where people can't get in. Now, we also have constructed a website called coolrock.com where you can actually check out the Cool Rock online community, where we have both chat rooms up and running, and you might have a better chance to get into those chat rooms because this is a scrim. It says not secure at the top here, but it's not in any way harvesting data other than whatever Scraplet is doing. And Scraplet's pretty benign. They're not. The guy's a really nice guy. I don't think he's harvesting data from your website or putting CoinHive out there like Vaughn is. And what this does is it offers you a chance to chat in the Vaughn chat room without CoinHive, because the Vaughn chat room has pop-out going, and CoinHive doesn't mount on your computer, which is a way of various people making money on your computer with Bitcoin mining. It doesn't do that. So CoolRock is kind of a scrim in front of the Cloudflare banning that's been going on by Mark. He has 350 million VPNs banned. So everybody has a hard time getting into our show now. And this has been the way for many, many years now. Many of you have struggled. And I realize that you're hitting the refresh button 20, 30, 40, 50 times to get in here. So we are working on a way to get out of that, to find a much more open chat room that you find secure, and that will be someday in the future at CoolRock. But CoolRock's also a site you can interact, you can add you go online with your camera. So we still have a lot of the benefits of Flash, because iVlog uses Flash. But all this is going away in the next year. Flash will not be supported per se. It may disappear, it may not, but Flash is not supported after December of 2020, according to Adobe. We also have this other selection of buttons down here that are really fun. So you can just check out the site, play some music, or don't. Play the drum machine, or don't. This is all free to use, and everything has been acquired from various people suggesting things for our show, and we just plug them in. These aren't paid items, they're all free. In fact, we've got games galore. Man, talk about gaming. We've got the Web Oasis has a really cool access to gaming. If you want to do some online gaming while you're watching the show, you can do that. Open up the sidebar over here and go to the arcade, and you've got a choice of all these cool games to play. I mean, this stuff is endless entertainment. And it's free, fun, and totally private. This is another good button right here, Play NES Games. And that's something Misanthropy gave us a link to. So all these are free games from the old days, 85, 87. If you want to experience what your grandparents or parents were doing back in the day. Yeah, I don't have that problem because I didn't really get into Super Mario. So I'm not really going to go back and do that. David, have you ever eaten a whole stick of butter? That's really bad for you. Yeah, I mean, Medveral is talking about the technology of our enemies. Russia claiming that they have hypersonic speed. China claiming they have hypersonic speed. We're talking about beyond the scramjet capability that we've developed. We're talking about Mach 10. And Russia claims they have Mach 27, which means they can go 27 times the speed of sound with some sort of a missile. That's nothing to worry about. We already have things in our government that are so secret, you wouldn't even hear about them in the news. And I'm not talking about Trump's Space Force. Even Trump wasn't aware of our top secret programs in space when he said that. Because we've had a Space Force that's top secret since 1946, organized and created by Harry S. Truman. None of our top secret capabilities are announced. We would never tell our enemy that we can go 27 times the speed of sound. That's something a big mouth little man says. Yeah. Oh, I support the Space Force, Jack. It's already been in place for a long time. Nothing to worry about there. But Trump has space between his ears, and he never even knew about the Space Force. It's been around since Harry S. Truman's time. So we really have technologies that even Medveral has no knowledge of, even though he thinks he's at the cutting edge of space technology. Nice try, though. I'm not going to let some small man with a big mouth intimidate me across the globe like Donald's letting him do. As our leader, I will be independent of the controls that Vladimir Putin has over Donald Trump. I mean, we all know that Donald Trump flip-flops all the time. We know that. I dedicated my Halloween show to the stump. Donald the Stump. You can't trump the stump. Because he does various things that just don't make sense. He's not exactly an independent thinker. He's got something going on in his mind that is different. It's called lack of coherent knowledge and awareness. So there's a new rule here. If you can listen to Trump speak without thinking that he sounds like an idiot, then you're an idiot. Okay? Thank you. I'd rather listen to Alec Baldwin talk buzzed out of his mind on scotch than Trump any day. But Trump is taking his orders from Vladimir Putin. And Putin, it's pretty obvious, has directed him to get us out of Syria, stop our relationship with NATO, do whatever we're told in Saudi Arabia, just whatever Mohammed bin Salman tells us we have to do, and never ever put sanctions on the Russian oligarchs until somebody actually reminds the world that Trump hasn't put sanctions on. And it took over a year and a half for Donald Trump to impose any sanctions on anyone. So it's pretty obvious Donald is doing everything he can to help Putin. Now, Putin's endgame, when it comes to the economic power that he is to destroy the relationship that China and the U.S. have. And Trump fell right into that as well. He has completely created a huge trade barrier. But by the way, today, we've seen some wiggle room now. Both China and the U.S. are talking about staging down their tariffs. And the stock market surged ahead over 200 points and then settled back to 183 over yesterday's Dow Jones average. So we are seeing some positive moves in this direction, but for the most part, Donald Trump has hurt our economy and China's economy, which is exactly what Putin would want. Because remember, their economy is no bigger than the size of Texas's economy. Seriously, California's economy is much bigger. So we had a little chat session today. I actually tweeted with Ann Coulter. She didn't respond, I'm not sure, but I do believe that she's onto something here. She wrote a really good article about California. And she said, California Dems show us the future. Run for your lives. You got a classic commercial? Okay.
Introducing Glade
plugins. They're going to charge me for that. Yeah. That's from 1992. The plug it in, plug it in. I'll play it later though. Yeah, I can't monetize. I can't allow them to monetize these videos. Thank you. Anyway, she proved that the Democrats don't care about the Russians or the Ukrainians or anyone else interfering with our democracy. And two, they also don't give a crap about guns. All right, well, I read the article. It was really very well put. I mean, back in the day, California had Prop 13, a cap on property taxes. California used to be the coolest place. But now it's become kind of a socialist haven, allowing even immigrants to get welfare. Illegal immigrants in California get welfare. They're putting out $1.3 billion a year for welfare for illegal aliens in California. So she made really good points about, yeah, I said in 1999, Gray Davis's refusal to appeal to an activist judge's announcement that it was unconstitutional for taxpayers not to give welfare to illegal immigrants, an initiative that had passed overwhelmingly just a few years earlier, and California elected officials began an all-out war on its own citizens. So now they're giving away their California tax dollars to illegal aliens because of this. The Democrats don't have a backbone. That's the real issue, I think. But I said that in my tweet with her that I felt that we should start thinking about solutions like toilets. And if you look at Disneyland, it's not hurting at all. Disneyland's bumper to bumper. People are going there every year now, and they just raised the rates last year. So it's not like California is going away. We need to help them. They're a big part of our economy, so I don't agree with her 100%, but she wants to rag on the Democrats in California. That's understandable. Okay, David, Miliband, I don't know. I don't have a wife. Sarah and I are business partners. You know that. We didn't know that. Ilhan Omar is posing nude for magazines. I don't believe that. That's not true. Well, let's be clear. She did marry her homosexual brother. Okay, we've got new technology featured here.
Hi, my name is Caleb Clausen. I'm head designer here at Nokian Heavy Tires. And I've had the pleasure to be part of the Ground King project all the way from the beginning, from the ideation to the prototypes and extensive testing, which has yielded our HybriLug technology, which is a hybrid between block pattern and lug type tread pattern. And the real reason for the HybriLug technology is a gap in the market segment. Right now we have lug type, really ubiquitous and common tractor tires that everyone knows. And then there's the block type, which is really good on the road, but there's really nothing in between. And in today's world where contracting is really important and there's lots of different kinds of jobs to be done, having one of these types of tires is only good for, you know, at best 50% of what you're working on. And so with the HybriLug technology, you're able to be much more versatile. You can use the same tire in all kinds of conditions and still achieve much more comfortable ride, traction and self-cleaning in the fields, and having a really smooth and vibration-free ride on the roads.
I can't wait. That's great. I heard of all-weather terrain tires, but now we're seeing Hybralug technology.
And because of that, and even wear, you have a tire that lasts longer and works better in a variety of different jobs.
You know, I'll definitely call him into the White House if I want to talk tires. Thanks for that technology. I had no idea tires were this interesting. Rubber is God. I don't know. I'm not making any money on that. I mean, it's certainly just interesting to find out they're working on tires that are better. He's an actual designer. I thought that was really kind of interesting from a simple point of view. So we've got that, and I tweeted Donald Trump today. I said, Donald Trump, why don't you just fire this guy if you can't stand him? And I'm referring to Vindman. If I can just get this up. He definitely wasn't favorable to the president, and he did it against the advice of the president. And now he's going back to work. It's like, wait a second. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, top Ukraine expert who testified last week before House impeachment, has no intention of leaving his post. The National Security Council officials familiar with the matter said. Well, why doesn't he just say, you're fired? What's wrong with him? And I also understand that Donald wants to go back and maybe become the apprentice again. He liked that. He misses The Apprentice. He's actually openly said, I wish I was doing The Apprentice. This is so much better. Well, just start firing this guy. If you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. President, you don't like what he said, fire him. Well, let's be clear.
In just hours, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman will appear on Capitol Hill and will tell impeachment investigators he was so troubled by President Trump's July 25th phone call with Ukraine's president that he reported his concerns to the National Security Council's lead attorney.
This would be the first White House official who would actually be defying the White House's orders not to cooperate.
Vindman, an Army veteran who received a Purple Heart after he was wounded in Iraq, is the first White House official to testify who listened in on the phone call at the center of the impeachment inquiry, where President Trump repeatedly pressed the Ukrainian president to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. In his opening statement obtained by CNN, Vindman says he reported his concerns out of a, quote, sense of duty, adding, I'm a patriot, and it is my sacred duty and honor to advance and defend our country, irrespective of party or politics. He also affirms details U.S. diplomat Bill Taylor gave in his testimony about a July 10th meeting with Ukrainian officials, contradicting testimony by U.S. Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland. Vindman claims at that encounter, Sondland again pushed Ukraine on delivering specific investigations to secure a meeting with Trump. Vindman, who was at a briefing on the meeting, says that after this was brought up, Ambassador Bolton cut the meeting short. At that briefing afterwards, Vindman told Sondland his statements were inappropriate, that the request to investigate Biden and his son had nothing to do with national security, and that such investigations were not something the NSC was going to get involved in or push. Vindman also says the president's former top Russia advisor, Fiona Hill, also told Sondland his comments were inappropriate. They both then reported the interaction to the NSC lead counsel. But Sondland told investigators the opposite in his October 17th testimony, noting, if Ambassador Bolton, Dr. Hill, or others harbored any misgivings about the propriety of what we were doing, they never shared those misgivings with me, then or later.
What they were seeking was to extort the president of Ukraine in exchange for the resumption of military aid.
Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has scheduled the first vote on the impeachment inquiry for this Thursday, something Republicans have been demanding for weeks.
This resolution signals that there will be a public hearing. It signals a shift where people will start to learn what is so concerning about the president's conduct.
All right, there you have it. So we're going slow, but a lot of you people who still believe it's all a Russian hoax because Trump said so, of course a person who's done bad things is going to say that. You're going to have to actually open your mind. It's going to be a little bit more difficult than just blowing it off and relegating everything to the trash can of,
Today, we take you to the world's most...
It's all the Russian hoax. It's all fake news. It's all witch hunt. The world's greatest witch hunt. Yeah, pretty soon you'll dig deep and realize there's a lot to this story, and Trump does seem like he's doing some pretty nefarious things that our top NSC guy said, nuh-uh, you can't do that. So I was kidding earlier that he should just fire the guy. I think that's kind of funny. Yeah. Of course he's not going to fire him because the guy's right. Hey, Bill Gates is criticizing Elizabeth Warren's plan for tax on the super rich. And I don't blame him one bit. Yeah. Because Elizabeth Warren is a known liar who talks about all these things she's going to do, and it doesn't add up. The numbers don't add up. The Medicare for All plan is estimated at $50 trillion over 10 years. Her plan somehow magically dropped to $21 trillion over 10 years. And then on top of it, her tax plan has doubled. The people that she said she was going to tax went from 3% tax on their income now up to 6%. And Bill Gates is crying foul. He's going, sorry. Not going to do it. Because he's worried about the incentives that his business has brought the many people that work there, and all the people in the industry that constantly have, you know, a lot of things to say are very, very important. And you know that Bill Gates pretty much built his industry on the backs of the government contracts. Well, Dave, you're right. A lot of times these government contracts came in and we made a lot of money. And sure, but I'm not going to give that back to the government, Dave. Elizabeth Warren is really asking too much. Well, my thought is you're right, Bill, and there's no way that I would punish you or Jeff Bezos financially when you're the bread and butter of our rising technologies. My goodness, what the hell's wrong with Elizabeth Warren? I ask you. Bill can't talk now. He's busy thinking of his new trip to Orgy Island. Yeah. I don't know. Does Epstein, is he taking people at Orgy Island again? Is he inviting any of his friends out there? Because I understand he's living in the underground bunker. It turns out Bill Gates went to Orgy Island many times, hasn't talked about it. No comment from the gallery over there at Microsoft. So they're going to try to keep that under wraps. Meantime, you know, I'm glad that he came out against Elizabeth Warren. I don't think he's guilty of anything either. He innocently was seeking help from Jeffrey Epstein at Orgy Island. Business related. It wasn't anything to do with what you think. Here's a security cam from Epstein Island in 2007. And you can see right there in the corner what appears to be a picture of young girls sitting on 5-gallon containers of God knows what. See that? Now that was in channel number 10. You can imagine what's in channel number 11. Now why didn't the government research this? Why didn't the FBI take this picture as supportive evidence of a deep dig and go in there and look at and see if he has a dungeon in there? I don't understand why we're ignoring such an important issue. Our government should have digging equipment right now in and around Orgy Island looking for any dirt whatsoever. As you know, I don't believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, nor do I think he was murdered. Unlike the rest of the media, I think he's alive. I don't believe this is him. It doesn't match. The dead body, it has a curved nose and different ear. There's no way that's Epstein. So I'm assuming Epstein's alive and doing his operation, and because the FBI won't do any deep digging operations, literally, or bring out any cadaver dogs, it's pretty obvious that there's something going on there still. I'm not kidding either. So am I going to let this go? No. Am I going to ignore this issue? Hell no. Am I going to run around saying Epstein didn't die by suicide? No, that's another diversion. Everyone's talking about, oh no, now Epstein killed him. He was killed. It was murder. We don't believe that he actually died that way. There's no way he would have suicide. Yeah, well, of course, it wasn't him that was murdered. Whoever was hit on the side of their cheek that had that bruise was murdered. That's true, but it wasn't him. If you don't believe this happened, you're a conspiracy theorist and a domestic terrorist threat. Yeah, that's just one meme that came out at that time. You're trying to get a cream suit for Christmas, really? You want to look like my cream suit? That sounds creamy and dreamy. Yeah, so I've got a lot of things I've got to look at here. We've got a picture of Epstein looking up 20 days after he allegedly died. This is from Orgy Island. I'm not kidding either. I'll give you the live video. It's still out there on YouTube. You can check it out yourself. Here's his actual photo of him getting close to the drone that was flying over him. And you can see him looking up right in the picture. Yeah. Are you flying in? So I'll give you guys a link to this right now. And meanwhile, we will go to our newscast, and Sarah's going to give me a break. No, it was definitely Epstein. He typically wore a blue shirt. If you want to check it out on that YouTube channel. He typically wore a blue shirt. He was common to have worn those. He wore those when he was with Donald Trump back in 1992. He likes light blue shirts. It's one of his signatures. Now, Pence's aides said Trump's July 25th call with Ukraine was political and not a normal diplomatic call. Okay, so Pence's aide is trying to distance himself from the president. Pence is looking like he may be seeing the possible silver lining here as the presidency itself. Okay. And Trump denies the rumor out right now that he asked William Barr to clear him on the Ukraine issue. He's saying he never did. Yeah, so there's all these stories that are just back and forth with the Trump administration. He claimed that William Barr was going to have a meeting exonerating him of any guilt, but that never happened, and he's now saying it didn't happen.
I'll have you log into there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I will do that right now. Sarah's going to take over the show, everyone. I'm done with my little shtick talking about Epstein and others, and I'm going to pull down the picture of Donald Trump and Vladimir.
You say you look very youthful tonight. You think it's oil of Olay. I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, what is it?
Attitude.
Oh, it's attitude. There you go.
It all comes down to
attitude.
Belief and attitude,
Right.
and that I believe I already have my dream life.
There you go.
I mean, I live in my dream house. I have like this dreamy guy who wears a cream suit.
I do on Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah, you know, one time he was saying how he always wanted, like, if we were ever to get a, nice. Awesome. Should I say Medveral? I'm going to say Meow TV. Very cool. Yeah, a dreamy, creamy guy. Anyway, I have a cat that I adore. And I have the best job ever. I mean, if I were like, when I'm a millionaire, I shouldn't say if I were a millionaire, when I become a millionaire, I would probably still do my job because I love it that much. I mean,
well, you will have $1 million eventually if you keep doing your job, you know.
Yeah,
saving money, so.
Exactly. And if
like,
I just
okay.
save my money and live my life, I will be a millionaire eventually.
All right, I logged in.
Have fun. Isn't NDI pretty fun? Medveral? Mal TV? Okay, well, since David, first thing I'm going to try, I'm going to keep trying this deal with XSplit. So first I'm going to try the local recording again. The local output. Custom. Set a new output. Wait, I just wanted to do a local output. Now it's all... Okay, so I had an issue when I pulled NDI down. Or did NDI. Was that it said something about I did not. It is very cool. I know. I did not know about the Wi-Fi NDI hardware. You can create your own TV station studio pro quality. Have you figured out how to capture my screen on an NDI? Because it said, I was looking through the NDI tutorial yesterday. Sorry, David, I had you all log in for nothing because I didn't do the local stream thing. And yes, okay, because when I downloaded the hardware or downloaded it, I did not get NDI It said something about, wait, let me see. New tech, I don't know. All programmed. Okay, I've got NDI test patterns. But there was one that they said I need. Okay, I don't need the XSplit one. I just need the NDI to work to grab it. Do you have vMix desktop capture NDI? No. That's what I need. Alright, let me see. I think I downloaded vMix something yesterday, and I don't think I installed it. So let me look at my downloads. vMix desktop capture, yes. NDI. Okay. And then I had to unzip it. And then I go to config executable vMix desktop capture executable. I'm going to open that. I'm going to execute it. Executing. Run. Run, baby, run. What does shadow smoking me want? I don't know. Ghost of Shannon 496 are talking about polygamy. Polygamy is not illegal in all 50 states federally. I did not know polygamy is legal federally. Really? Meta-Nemesis, you're everywhere. What I'm trying to first accomplish is to create a NDI stream. Well, because on XSplit I can get a thing called New Tech NDI stream to come in through here. So that's what I'm going to try to capture first. You're going to toast a bagel and have cream cheese. Ooh. Do you do lox too? Lox are a little too salty. If I wanted to stream multiples through Skype or other things, NDI is a needed source to add to my streaming platform. What I want to do is really... Yes, I know. That's the whole reason that I went down the NDI pathway, because I can add a stream or a source. Well, here it says stream, an NDI stream. I know that, and I got to doing that, but all I got was the test patterns, and I couldn't actually get the actual desktop, because in the NDI like tutorial it talked about something that wasn't ready. Okay, I have, oh, this is hard to say. I have, it says vMix desktop capture for NDI, and then it says settings ready 0 connections. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe. Let me check this. Display one. There's nothing. Yes! We did it! I don't know what we did, but I did it. It's emitting. I got it. Okay, let me see. There's other ones too. There I go. I'm feeling happy. Thank you. vMix desktop capture NDI. Oh, that's just that window. Ooh, this is going to be so fun. I'm just going to add all my NDI ones first. I think I can add them. And then, let me see. I'm just playing around. This I'm liking, though. Yes. Okay. I'm happy. I'm really, really, really happy. Okay, let me move some things. Remove. Oh! I know, Doggy Style. You told me about your grandpa liking it. Goes to Shannon. Sarah, why are Mormons in Mexico, usually south of the Rio Grande, everyone is solidly Roman Catholic? These Mormons like settled in, well, if you figure Utah south, right? If you go south of Utah, then you go into Arizona and you keep going down in that whole valley. There's like this big, huge valley kind of between Sierra Nevadas and the Rocky Mountains. There's this whole valley of where the polygamous Mormons settled. And they often go into Mexico because then they can work around the U.S. laws. But I've heard that, yes, exactly. Yeah, 496, my understanding that there were federal attempts to curb and prosecute polygamy in the United States. I thought there were laws against polygamy. I personally am not in favor of laws against polygamy. I am in favor of laws to protect children. But anyway. All right. You got it. Shadow has a serious question for me. This is totally going to change. For me, it's changing the show. I really like it. Yes, totally. Let me get there. Shadow, go for your serious question. Go for it. And then I can get into work. I know. Ghost of Shannon has a good question. Who can afford more than one wife? Well, if you tell your wives to work, then he's so serious. Though, where do you go with infidelity? Is that even a thing after polygamy? No, well, yes, Doggy Style. Truth be told, I would be jealous. Logically, I don't care. But when it comes down to it, emotionally, I do care. I should say this, I would like to not care. All right, so you've been on disability for 6 years. You're pretty much alone in your life. You don't have any friends close by who can talk to you or do things with you. You're never going to have a girlfriend, so your question is, if you were in my position, would you consider ending your life? Or would you keep going, knowing how lonely you will be? I will tell you this, Shadow. Thank you. First and foremost, I'm going to say thank you so much for feeling like you can ask me for advice and confide in me. And, all right, y'all, I'm going to get all real up in here with you. I have thought about, life, and I've had times in my life where I was suicidal. I will say that. And I will say one of the best things that helps me to not feel that way is there's really two things. One is to have a belief that my purpose in life is to serve others. And that's why one of the, well, yeah. So anyway, if you can help somebody else, it really helps you. And one of the things, if you feel like you're on disability or you're I would say, you know, and there's this other like thing about maybe there is a higher purpose for me or something like that. Don't worry. Right now, the way I'm feeling is like, I feel like I'm living my best self, and I feel like I'm here for a reason, and I'm not suicidal right now. But I have felt that way before, and I can only tell you the things that have helped me. And what has helped me is to help others. And when I say to help others, I would say, for me, it's like helping kids learn how to read. Or for me, it's working outside in the garden. For you, it might be something different. I mean, you're already on the computer, otherwise you wouldn't be watching my show. And so for you, it might be doing something technical and challenging. And one of the things that like really, you're right, some people don't listen, and so I really appreciate that you are here listening to me. One of the things that really touched my heart recently was that article I read about Michael Gillespie. I do talk a lot. And how much he struggles, but also how much he's helped people. So, quick cliff notes on Michael Gillespie. He's now considered the ransomware Superman. And he lives in a town called Normal, Illinois. His parents used to stop by the place where, if they went on vacations, they'd stop by a place where, like, that Superman was originally from. Anyway, he really got into computer programming, and that was his genius, or whatever you want to call it. But one of the things that really he's done, and he hasn't gotten remuneration in it, was he's fought off ransomware. So people will get these computers, they'll be infected with ransomware. Like one person, she's like, I just want my photographs, and I never backed them up. I didn't know how or whatever. And I will mute you so you can stop typing, because I'm not going to stop talking because this is my show. And anyway, he yeah, his parents shuttled him to Earth and all that. Well, this guy, Michael Gillespie, he works out at like a little computer store. And during his off hours, he's learned how to create hashes and actually fight ransomware, to the point where like the FBI gave him an award. They're like, yes, hey, would you like to come and help us? And he's like, no thanks, I'm good in Normal, Illinois, just working for this little computer place. Even though, like, meanwhile, he's had major life problems where he's battled cancer at a super young age. He had his car was repossessed and then sold at auction, and then they were told, oh, even though we repossessed your car and sold it at auction, you still owe money on your car because we couldn't sell it for the amount of money that your car loan was. Oh my God. It's like crazy stuff. And then like his wife, who like supports his endeavors, is also battling like her own health issues. And anyway, they've had issues where it says they've had issues where like they've had to go for a month of turning off their electricity, a month of turning off their water. Wow. What my point is trying to say is that there are people that are not as well off as you and I are, Shadow. You know, we have a pretty decent life. And my other big point is to find something some way that you can help another human being, and even if you're alone and feel alone, being able to help another human being is going to give you the connection you need, even if it's not a romantic connection. And that's what matters to me. Ghost of Shannon, yes, I can say lots of things with a straight face. Anyway. Well, you know, and one of the big things that you could do as a, I mean, seems small, but it's huge, is an organization called Big Brothers Big Sisters. And why I recommend this organization for you, I assume you're a male, and the issue with this organization is that they often don't have enough male bigs, they call them. So they have like these boys from like single homes or whatever. Their teachers recommend them, the teachers recommend them to their parents, the parents sign them up, and then they match you, or they match the child with an older person who has kind of the same interests. And they match young girls with older girls. They match younger boys with older boys so that they have like big brothers, big sisters. That's the whole organization. And I tried going in that, and then I just felt like they got a little too personal questions, but realize that their idea is to try to delve deep so that they can match you with someone that needs your help. And anyway, well, maybe it's time to give back a little bit. Yeah, Big Brothers Big Sisters is a good one. They have that in most areas. And you know, you have the time. The other one would be like Boys and Girls Club is another one where they have after school programs, and that actually really helps families who need daycare, and you know, you can help kids with their homework or just watch them. And so anyway, those are really two things that I would advise. You know, help another person. And if you can help another person, it kind of gives you a purpose to live. Oh, go to the settings of, I'm so glad you said that, to the vMix desktop capture. Reuse the frame rate to, it's at 30, you say reduce it to 20. Well, they have 35, 15, 25. How about 25? And then audio source. I don't need an audio source because I don't really. I could even reduce the frame rate to 15 because I'm not really going to be doing much. And it says minimize on startup, use GPU acceleration, audio only. Just put no audio. Oh, audio source. Silence. Show cursor, yes. Okay, so I did show cursor, silence, frame rate 15, and then use GPU acceleration in my settings. All right, fantastic. That's actually not a bad idea either, Space Shuttle. All right, see, feeling a little better. And once again, Shadow, I do appreciate you seeking help, because then it helps me feel like I can help you. All right. Mitt Romney's dad was born in a Mormon enclave in Mexico. Good to know, 496. Or, okay, interesting. And I just helped Vika, which helped Misanthropy. All right, now, oh, error, click for more information. Yikes. I'm going to go to 30. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. I'm going to go back to what I had. It said loop back. I'm going to close out of this and try it again. Do I need to run the file every time? Is that how I do it? Do I go down here to vmix? Whatever, I'm gonna go here, run it. Okay, I'm leaving it as it was. I think it was 30 with a loop back audio because otherwise the other one isn't that. And yes, you know what? Another thing that helps attitude is a sauna or some kind of hot water. A producer? What kind of producer? What do you mean, Space Shuttle? Maybe you will hire that for David for Christmas. How do I check my CPU usage? I go to like I go to right click and oh wait, Control Alt Delete. Task Manager, CPU, memory. I need to look at all my CPU usage. Minicam, why is Minicam open? Why is Minicam using that much memory? vMix is using less than Minicam. And I'm not even using Minicam. I think I should remove Minicam. Yeah, I know. And it's something 32. What? I'm going to end process. Yeah, end that. Okay. Oh. Oops. Now do I have to restart it? Let's just see. IP camera. That didn't work. Okay, so it's using Minicam. I might have to restart my computer. Yeah, I just pulled up. Wait, there's that one. But it's not live because, see, it's not hosting live. Whereas this one, this is supposed to be the live one. This is supposed to be an old one. And this one is not updating. Restart the program. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna leave this open. Can I go here and, okay, I'll X out of it. Okay, downloads. No. Okay, when I ended the process for Minicam, it did not restart. So, and then I tried restarting the vMix desktop capture. It did not pull it over here. So I'm going to restart my computer. I'll shut it down and I'll restart it. Where in the world is Ghislaine Maxwell? Who is that? Oh, Epstein didn't kill himself. I'll leave it on the side for David to look at. You want to appreciate women, they refuse to let you. Beautiful man. Oh. I'm just going to restart it and see if that works. Oh wait, I just did a shutdown and now it's installing an update. I'm sorry, it might take till next time. But like David said, there's no rush. I'm just enjoying it, and I really do like this whole NDI thing. So, which is pretty cool. I think I'm going to really enjoy digging into the NDI deal, and and it's just amazing how far videos come since the old video toaster days, and NDI was related to those video toaster days. But I think we're on a, thank you very much about the vMix. Was it you that said the vMix? Was it whoever told me about the vMix? Thank you. I know you told me about it today and how to get it going. Thanks for playing with that, by the way. It's like, I just love being surrounded by intelligent people that like to investigate technology and play around with it. So there's VMIS, and that's a platform that looks like OBS. Yeah, the more you know, the more things you can discover. I think that's it. VMIS-anthropy, B misanthropy, virtual misanthropy. But who knows, maybe you are just virtual. Are you really a Turing machine? Dave 30. You found something for me to read? That would be good, especially while I'm updating my other computer. Okay. I've got some good things going, but good. Then it's cool.
Good. You got a few things hooked up over there yet? You're working on it? Or you've got some things you're buying? You're thinking of the Elgato Stream Deck?
I'm not thinking of anything.
Because I saw that, yeah.
Are you thinking of it?
No, it's too cumbersome. I like the simplicity of our desktop and the panel at the XSplit program. It's a little too push-buttony. The show doesn't really work that way. Not with all the integration with link sharing and everything. It's hard to, pushing buttons it looks nice, but it's not that easy.
Here.
I'll be right back. I have to do something. I just realized.
All right, I am. Oh, was that after I already bought some Christmas presents? You probably did. I'm sorry that I was not ready. I thank you for your patience. Thing is, you can prepare your video and link on the second PC and master it from the first PC. Oh, and they go on sale for like $80 during the holidays. I wonder if I should show you what I think I was going to get David. I can't remember. I have to go find an email, and there is something I'm going to get David. Yes. Oh, right. I can prepare the broadcast. Yeah, that's true. No, not a neon tie that blinks. David usually like preps dinner for me during his breaks. Maybe a little bit of the second thing that you mentioned, A Spade. Anyway. Yes, you did try telling us about tree style tabs 2-3 years ago. I remember that.
I used too many tabs before, and that was fun. It was just, it wasn't, it was too cumbersome.
It was too cumbersome for him.
Yeah, I like Delicious. But they closed down, and that technology was copied and put on a server, and that's all that we have is a copy of our Delicious library with 3,700 links. So I'm thankful for that, but we've switched to Flipboard, Seraphon Flipboard, and that's my favorite. It's got broken down in a magazine, so I can do some sorting.
But you still have like all these links up.
Yeah, but too many
Like-
tabs is too many tabs. I mean, it just gets lost in a big bundle of junk.
It
I need
doesn't
to
sort them.
Not really effectively, no.
It doesn't do tree style tabbing.
Not that I know of. You're welcome to experiment with it. We have it loaded, I think, don't we? I haven't used it in a long time. I think we have it on maybe Firefox. Well, sir, I made dinner for you. Oh, could you turn that off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned that off because there's something I actually ended something that was gonna work. It was working great, and then I looked at
Okay.
the processes in the task manager, and then it said Minicam, and I was like, Minicam, what?
We're using Minicam.
And so I ended that,
Yeah.
and then that actually though is used by NDI to like broadcast. So
Oh, so
I
they had actually had NDI had Minicam on there. It recognized it.
it
It
somehow
was activating it.
yeah.
And there's no camera attached to that right now, so.
No, but
Oh no, there is a camera. I put that in there. That actually works pretty well now. The focus works on it, so maybe that's his destiny. I don't know.
yeah.
I looked at it. It was a decent camera, that HD camera we have here.
Maybe it likes 7 better than 10.
Okay, we want a Mr. Right before you go to bed, Planet Fitness. Okay. Where in the world is Ghislaine Maxwell? Everybody's talking about her. I mean, she's got to be with her boyfriend, Jeffrey, who's probably alive still. Good point. Yeah, that's a good question. I've been wondering, her father, Robert Maxwell, was a Mossad agent, and they believe that Ghislaine Maxwell is also a Mossad agent working with Jeffrey Epstein to this day. I don't believe he's dead, no. Epstein's been spotted. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to mute that because that's an inappropriate link. You can't put that stuff in our show. Yeah. My goodness. Who do you think you are? So if you don't believe this happened, you're a conspiracy theorist and a domestic terrorist threat. Somehow he hung himself on the corner of a bed because there's no hooks. Nobody's ever suicided in that Metropolitan Correctional Center. No one ever besides him. And then he did it with toilet paper. Yeah. Or maybe bed linen that hadn't been the kind that breaks away and falls apart. They have the paper bed linen in there for people that can't seem to, they threaten to kill themselves all the time. Wow, it's pretty cold up there in the Northeast, isn't it? I don't know where you are, but yeah, Max was up there. So you were saying that Mitt Romney his dad was born in a Mormon enclave in Mexico. So that Mitt Romney is the descendant of a polygamist. Oh, okay. Good to know. Thanks for telling me. I didn't realize that. Now I know. I was hoping Mitt Romney would run again and lose. I do have a huge screen behind me. It's a massive... You want to see the green screen? I'll show you the technology behind the screen. It's not a big deal, really. No big D. He's a Mormon polygamist. Do you think Mitt Romney followed in that trend? Because I've never known them to break that trend except occasionally. Of course, I don't know a lot of Mormons who've had multiple children and have multiple wives. I met a Mennonite this past summer up in D.C., right near the White House. A whole Mennonite family were up hanging out. They looked Amish, but then I realized, no, they're driving a pickup truck or a van. They're not Mennonite. I've had 2 avocados today. Goodnight Cloud. Yes, 2 avocados in me. I'm pumping with that superfood. I would never offer Beto anything because, for one, he's clearly a guy who's done some bad things and never paid a price. He never served prison time for burglary. He never served any jail time. If Beto would incarcerate himself for a few years for what he did, I might consider it. Yeah, he should at least atone for his sins. You look kind of Mormon yourself too, Davey. Oh, the cooking show is going to be uploaded tonight at 2 in the morning. You missed it. 2 a.m. I believe it would rock your world. We have a Cooking Up Politics going on right now. The Vegan Dish over here at, this is an ongoing Periscope show. It started at 5 o'clock. I made an amazing organic rice and just filled it with all kinds of vegan stuff and protein and cabbage and onions and tomatoes. I didn't even think it would work, but it tastes pretty good. Yeah, the tomatoes kind of change the aspect of the curry that I put in it, and the ginger. So it was pretty good. It was just all vegan, and you'd feed 8 people for $5. If your video is buffering, it's because Mark has got a problem with his signal. You are welcome to watch this on Periscope and just open the pop-out chat. Okay, let's start with technology. We featured this amazing technology that RT had. They claim that this is going to be up and running next year. I find this hard to believe. But it's a hotel in the sky, like a Skylab that you could actually rent space in. Isn't that amazing? I'm floating in space. The Twitch link is over here. We got 3 people over there right now. They'd love to have friends. I know Metanemesis is holding the fort down over there. Thank you, Metanemesis. You have green screens available? Whoa, those are cool. You know, I'm pretty set on my green screen. I've got a fold-out green screen that's pretty cool too, but where did you get that, NASA? They must have their own form of green screens for everybody sitting at the International Space Station seats, you know. That is kind of cool, I will admit, but I have a fold-out one I bought for the trip, and I use it on road trips. It folds down to a circle, and it's perfect. It covers the whole, all the angles, but I see your point. All right, that's good organic coffee. Love it. So that was the Aurora Space Hotel. If you want to see more about it, I'm going to give you the link right now. So I don't know if they're taking rooms right now, but they may be taking refundable deposits of $80,000. Well, I have a refundable deposit of $80,000. I want to get my money back. Yeah, right, sure. You bought the whole thing. Now, another innovative technology that just came out last week. A way of cleaning carbon dioxide from the air. Remember we talked about air filtration being central to solving the world's problems, not cap and trade legislation? We need to do the tough thing of actually cleaning the air, not playing a Monopoly game about it. So I've got this wonderful thing where we are embracing this technology. What happens is they use electrostatic plating, a charge with positive and negative ions moving back and forth, pulling the carbon to one side, and they rinse the container that's not being used. And then they run the air through the other container fluidly and then circulate it. And then when one is being rinsed, the other one's being used. So it's back and forth, back and forth. Isn't that a great concept? And they're going to be able to scrub carbon out of the air using this technology in a big way. So this is a big breakthrough from the guys at MIT. There's a video here. Take a look. So it goes in one container. Electro-swing absorption system. Electrochemical cell is engaged. Let me make sure I'm running this without a mute. Oh, there's no audio to it. Okay. Separators occur. There's separators there. A counter electrode in the center. Gas flow channels. They go through the air. The carbon then stops along the way at 1 or 2 electrostatic plates, depending on its charge. And the electrochemical activation of electrodes, carbon capture occurs. Yeah. Yeah, there's only 0.038% CO2 in the air. We know that. Yeah. It's nothing to worry about, says Irvine. I'm not freaking out, but we do need to start cleaning up the air. Otherwise, it'll affect the biosphere long term. Well, I know the scare is a scam, but I still think we need to do this. I just don't think you should pay for it. The electrochemical deactivation of electrodes, and then a carbon release, and then it's rinsed away. Hey, I want to clean the mufflers so that you people driving down the road don't have to get lung cancer. Wouldn't that be nice? The deactivation of the electrodes, the carbon release, and then onto the next cell. in the absorption bed. Regeneration of electrodes, boom, ready for another one. And the cycle continues. Isn't that a cool idea? I'm glad I checked the video on that. And we got a video earlier from an AI-powered vehicle, self-driving cars in the future of transportation. Looking really good. I haven't seen anything new like this in a while. I'll be playing this tonight in our late night show starting at 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. So apparently this is a full-on 24-minute. I'm losing it looking at the beautiful graphics. Yeah, 24-minute video which we'll play in our beginning of our show. Thank you. Oh, you showed Sarah this Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Pains the person to read. Yeah, I'm glad you showed it to her. I don't need that link anymore. All right. And where is Ghislaine Maxwell? Now back to the news. Mike Bloomberg is going to enter the Democratic primary. That's cool. New blood. I like that. Good. Yeah, Greta is full of shit. You're right. Greta is pushing an agenda of climate taxation, basically. That's why a lot of people are drifting away saying, oh, there's no such thing as chemical or climate change. Technically, you're right. Our climate has remained the same with fluctuations. If you add the 1890s to the map, it turns out it was really hot back then. Got a picture of Trump? What's going on? Democrats are so busy creating evidence against Trump that all the mass shootings stopped. You know, you're so right. I wish Trump would make a big issue of that, but you're right. Isn't that interesting? Notice how all those mass shootings stopped and they've had no false flags trying to push for gun control? Because they've got such dirt on Trump. That's so funny. They're, busy creating evidence against Trump. Okay, you know, let the court decide whether the evidence is real or not. At this point, I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. I'm more than willing to go with either side at this point. If you want to, jump on the bandwagon that Trump can do no wrong, even though he's obviously done lots of things wrong. Decorating a Christmas tree takes a lot of work. Ornaments are like Jeffrey Epstein. They don't just hang themselves, Good one, like that. People don't know this, but Bill and Hillary, when they were in the White House the first year, this is not a lie. This is actually, it appeared in a book, but I can't verify it. So all I know is that they used to hang up paraphernalia for drugs on the Christmas tree. That's a rumor that's been going around for a long, long time, that back in the day, Bill and Hillary used to hang bongs and water pipes and pipes on the Christmas tree. I'm not kidding. Okay, ornaments are like Jeffrey Epstein. They don't just hang themselves, Somebody's got to hang them. Good point. Especially if his body is the real body. I don't think it was. Hey, hello. Welcome to the show. Are you the censor that comes in and DDoSes us for cash? Guess 1, 2, 3. No, I've never been a pole dancer. I've seen a few pole dancers. That's hard work. The women that I've seen do that, that's amazing how hard they work. I met a woman who got herself through college and went on to have a full-on master's degree. Yeah, I met her at the strip joint. Yeah, she was legitimate. She had a girl too, a little daughter. I mean, I'm not promoting Trump at all. No, I want him to have a fair shake. The lawyer for the Ukrainian whistleblower sends White House cease and desist letter to stop Trump's attacks. Right on. It's incredibly irresponsible for Donald Trump Jr. and Trump to talk about the name of the whistleblower.
So look, Trump's impeachment strategy can be summed up in one word: denial. That was perfect.
That's right. It's all denial. And that's all CNN does, is talk about the denial. So most of the Republicans say, no, he's telling the truth. It's a Russian hoax. It's all a Russian, and yeah, it's fake news. It's a witch hunt. They have certain key words they use in their brain. They've been triggered by the programming that came through the Republican Party.
Why not?
I know. I was looking at a video of The View earlier, and it was melting down. Donald Trump Jr. melted down at The View. And Whoopi Goldberg said the booing is effing us up, The View, and the meltdown. The audience was back and forth, but that's not the real story. The real story is Trump Jr. turned to Joy Behar and said, "What about your blackface image that you came up with?" And Joy was like, "I didn't do blackface." Now I actually tweeted Joy today saying, "Hey, you go, girl." And Joy Behar was roasted for denying wearing blackface. Yeah. Let's see if we have a picture of this.
The View co-host Joy Behar was roasted on social media after claiming in a heated interview with Donald Trump Jr. on Thursday that she never wore blackface, a claim that was quickly contradicted on Twitter by the president's eldest son. Quote, President Trump called some Mexicans rapists. He attacked the handicapped. He bragged about it, she said. Trump Jr. responded, quote, "We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing a discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface." Quote, "No, I have not," Behar shot back. Trump Jr. then took to Twitter to share a story from TheWrap.com from a 2016 episode of The View that had a discussion around Behar dressing up as what she described as a, quote, "beautiful African woman" at a Halloween party back in the 1970s.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. And I said, "You go, girl," because I really believe that there's nothing wrong with what she did. And I actually wrote Joy and told her on Twitter that it's perfectly okay. It's protected with free speech. Yeah, and I don't mind telling people that because I did the blackface. I'm more than willing to admit that. And I'm glad, too, because it gave me a chance. And let me get to the Twitter account. First, a message from Dabu7.
This is Dabu7, and to me, this is very big information, not a coincidence. You can see here that there was a due date, September 30th. This was from a union worker in Vegas that apparently him and everyone else in the union had to have this mandatory training accomplished and completed by the 30th. A day later, all this stuff hits the strip. Another thing to add to the puzzle here.
Thank you, Dabu7. We'll look at that possibility that they were recruiting people for the Mandalay Bay the Mandalay Bay shooting, which we cannot to this day get evidence brought to the forefront by the coroner at Clark County. The Clark County coroner refuses to show any evidence of people dying, which is really weird. But again, it goes back to the theory that they're just making up this stuff on the fly. Okay, a couple tweets that I did. I should do like a regular segment in my show. This is the tweet I did today regarding Gina Haspel. Ironically, Gina Haspel is being called to protect the whistleblower that exposed the Ukrainian quid pro quo deal that Trump was pitching. She waterboarded a guy 60 plus times. Then she covered up evidence of torture. I wouldn't trust her to protect anyone, I said. Intel officials want CIA's Gina Haspel to defend the Ukrainian whistleblower. I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust her. Now, moving on, I kept bringing up the Epstein Alive thing. It turns out the Epstein Alive movement is growing. More and more people are watching this show on Cool Rock. I plugged us there to discuss the possibility of a massive cover-up in the Epstein case. It's true. He moved his money 2 days before doing the old switcheroo. Did you see his dead body, though? Has anyone seen his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell? So this is an important tweet I thought I'd retweet. And then another story about solar panels is really kind of a cool idea. I'm going to play this for you, but Mashable has this. These solar panels make water. They not only generate energy, but they make water, too. And I read... My question is, how much pollution was created making these toxic panels? I support carbon neutral solar panel production like these. And I went on to show this biosolar.com site, which we found last week, which makes naturally derived solar panels that are bio-neutral, carbon-neutral solar panels. So there's breakthroughs in this area using a silicon alloy. And I wanted to plug BioSolar for a second. It's pretty cool. But let's look at this video. Yeah, it's a 1 minute and 36-minute video. Okay, the solar panels are special. They pull water vapor from the air. Okay, great. Into drinking water, so you can source your own water you drink like you own the air that you breathe. Let's take a look at this guy.
You own the water you drink just like you own the air that you breathe, and you know exactly where it came from.
It's literally pouring out of the sky. It's true, humidity. So a panel can make 5 liters of water a day, stored in a 30-liter reservoir. Isn't that great? When you absorb in the way the source does, water from the atmosphere it's pure water, which isn't ideal for taste or health. And so what do we passively inside the system make it great tasting water with other solutions. The drinking water solar panels, aren't they cool? I love it. They're made by Zero Mass Water Inc., whose aim is to democratize access to water. So anybody, even out in the middle of the desert, can get water this way. They're $4,800 per solar panel, though. The buyer shares the cost with the company, basically, to build another panel for a family without funds or access to safe water. So you can sponsor a panel, too, for a family without access to water. And panels have been installed in 3 continents as part of the company's global goal. Isn't that awesome? To address the growing water crisis. Yeah, I didn't play the music because obviously they would monetize that. So we do that whenever we have a monetization issue. Anyway, I want to get back to the chat room. I'm done talking about technology for a while. Yeah, it's fun to talk, but, you know, I'm just going to stick some links away. Yeah, I'm choosing the magazine I'm going to put it in. This is going to go into atmosphere or environment. Let's see. I'm going to put it in environment. There we go. Atmosphere is more for chemtrails. Whew. All right, now Google's got a story. Yeah. The world's dirtiest river, 23-minute video tonight.
Polluted river. 35 million people rely on the Citarum River on the island of Java, Indonesia, but it's become a toxic river of waste. Shay Rhodes went to the island for this unreported World Classic in April 2014.
Great. We get to see lots of dirty plastic waste. This is good. We need to see that. I've got that in the lineup on our playlist. All right, moving on. Ta-da! Yeah, I'm just catching up here. Catching up. Yeah, isn't blackface the way to go? You know, whenever you do something like blackface, you're expressing freedom of speech. Mr. Haney, thank you so much for reminding me what I say. Appreciate it. Yeah, freedom of speech is something I really believe that it makes our country, it's the hallmark of our freedom. And without freedom of speech, we would be like all the other oppressive socialist economies and countries. We would be forced to give up 65% of our salary to the Borg, like in Sweden. We would be told it's a racist slur to say anything at all. And a lot of people want to go in that direction, but I'm afraid that's not how it works in America. You're not going to be able to overturn free speech. You socialists it's going to take 3/4 of our country to overturn free speech. If you really want to create hate speech, good luck. But I'm more than willing to talk about what I had to do to talk about Barack Obama, the homosexual that he is, publicly, the Muslim that he is, publicly. I had to discuss the fact that he was born in Kenya. I'm the first birther candidate to discuss this publicly. So let's not kid ourselves. Well, let's be clear. I am not about to take away my freedom of speech. It's the cornerstone of our democracy. Why would I? That's right, Neo. You must be yourself. Now, if you were a reptilian, you'd be very offended by this. You know, we did this one day in our show on Truth Tuesday. Yeah, you'd be offended by the impersonation of a reptilian. You know, I'm not trying to... How many of you are reptilians that are offended by that? I don't think there's a single reptilian in this room that's offended by what I just did. But I strongly support legalization of marijuana. I have this great idea, weed the people. And, well, everybody smells bad if they don't wash. That's true. I'm not making that up. But I did a blackface impersonation in 2014 to follow up the one I did in 2009. And I created this character called Broke Insane Obamas. And I'm more than willing to be proud of that fact simply because they are stifling our free speech right now in America. Quote that. The freedom of speech that is guaranteed in our Constitution has got to be tested. And I tested it straight up. Because there's no way I could have impersonated Barack Obama in whiteface. And I had to make fun of this homosexual Muslim who ran around smoking crack. Simply because he needed to be rolled over the coals in terms of how he's behaving and how he's acting. And somebody had to say something. So satire is the best way you can do it legally. But I'm more than willing to defend your right to do blackface anytime you want. Or whiteface, for that matter. If you're a black person and want to dress up like a white person, I get that. Believe me, it's no big deal. You can do it. Snoop Doggy Dogg did it. Yeah. Snoop Doggy Dogg did it. I think I have a copy of Snoop doing it too. Somewhere in my library. Oh, Snoop. Where are you, buddy? Snoop. He's eluding me here. There he is. Now look at how much I look like Snoop Doggy Dogg in this picture. Isn't that amazing? It's almost like he knew I was going to do blackface. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, man. It's cool. So We the People also generates interest in the idea of creating legalization of marijuana. And I really support that. I don't know anybody by that name. I don't drink cough syrup. That's a mutable offense. All right, we're done. Great. Thanks for sharing. Can we talk about other things now? Okay. Oh, Google. Yes, let's take a look at Google. They're helping China build artificial intelligence. And here you thought you were living in America. No, you're living in a country that's willing to sell its soul to the lowest or the highest bidder. Welcome to Google. Why are American companies helping China build an artificial intelligence authoritarian state? In the future looks like China's digital autocracy. If that happens, then lawmakers ought to set a new standard for business ethics on the internet now, before it's too late. You think? President Xi Jinping wants China to dominate artificial intelligence by 2030. But all of it seems the Middle Kingdom's new AI entrepreneurs want to talk about ancient history. Okay. We're learning about ancient history now. For Silicon Valley players like Google, China's 1.4 billion people represent a veritable gold mine. Xi commands the world's second largest economy, worth $14 trillion, and with the US-China tariff tit for tat going on, it's increasingly becoming more protectionist, all about made in China for China. The combined advertising revenues from China's top internet giants, Alibaba, Baidu, and Tencent, value China's data mine at $67 billion. Facebook rakes in as much globally, while Google nets $102 billion a year. according to eMarketer. So they really want to make money on these people. So Eric Schmidt sought to jump into the arena despite the Google.cn disaster. Okay. They created Dragonfly, a modern Chrome-like browser up to Western standards, but just porous enough to let state security sensors peer inside users' computers and smartphones. So Eric Schmidt gave the ability of the Chinese government to watch you on your computer if you're in China. I know. Well, you've heard our feelings, beautiful man, and I think you should be apologetic. Mr. David, you're not going to be an American. No, you live in Cameroon. You'd have to get enough money to save to get on a boat. How do you plan on getting to America? And you're illegal. With all the newfound money you made from stealing or censoring our show and violating international cyber crime laws, what do you plan on doing with all the newfound wealth you have? How are you planning on getting here? By boat? 500,000 to get in through the border, which is no longer porous. I'm planning on building an even stronger border fence, as in the 1,000-mile container fence. I can do for only $1 billion, whereas Donald can't do it for 7. He can't even do 100 miles. I'm building a 100-mile fence when it's going to be 500, and I'm shoring up the existing 600, and I've got 400, and this and that, and lies, and I have never done that, and I told you to stop with the accusations in the show. It occurred to me that you are just a troll, sir. I want you to know that you are not allowed to post this crap in the show. Thank you. Yeah, this is a great idea. And this could actually have a place for illegal aliens to stay while they waited for their asylum papers to be looked at by a court, which is taking extra long because of Trump's incredible delays that he created. Yeah. So I think Pence is trying to distance himself from Donald. Okay, we're going to look at here at the Pence said, or his aide said, Trump's July 25th call with Ukraine was political and not a normal diplomatic call. Huh. So what is Pence really saying? Is he trying to distance himself from the president so that maybe he's realizing he's going to be president soon? I don't know. It could be Pence is waking up to the reality. We're going to have him as president in about 6 months, I think. An aide to Vice President Mike Pence, who listened to the call between Trump and the Ukrainian President Zelensky, told impeachment inquiry investigators on Thursday that she found the conversation to be unusual because it was political in nature, according to 2 sources familiar with the testimony. Jennifer Williams, an aide in the Vice President's office and longtime State Department staffer, said the phone call did not have the normal tone of a diplomatic call. Williams did not raise concerns about the call with her superiors. She was asked by lawmakers in her closed-door deposition what Pence knows, and she testified that she never heard him mention anything about investigations of the 2016 election, Burisma, the Ukrainian natural gas company on whose board Joe Biden's son Hunter sat, or the Bidens. She did not know of any request from Trump to Pence to bring up investigations during a meeting the vice president had in Warsaw with Ukrainian President Zelensky on September 1st. Pence aide made note of the call, the transcript in her nightly notes, but testified she did not know if the president read the transcript. Now, Pence, who insisted repeatedly that Trump did nothing wrong, but has not clarified how much he knew about the efforts to pressure Ukraine and the parallel Ukraine policy that Trump's personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani and others were leading outside the normal diplomatic and official channels. Okay. Well, unless Pence is testifying, this is kind of subterfuge. Nothing to worry about. Pence is going to have to come clean on this, though. He's going to have to present his view rather soon, because I don't think the Democrats or the Republicans are ready for what's coming next. Pence has very symmetrical hair, yes. I've been analyzing his hair, and I found that his stylist is using a form of Brill cream. Thank you. I have lips, yes. Many people don't. So it turns out Brill Cream is the key to the governor's technology that he's using. His asymmetrical head, it helps to have a very small brain pan. Yes. And we're still wondering where those emails from his AOL server when he was governor of Indiana are. Yeah, we never found them. Is there a reason why he refuses to show his emails? You think Pence is hiding something? Larry will be in just a second. You're getting a little pensive there. We're looking at Pence right now. And look at that head. It's kind of like a vector. It's like I have a much larger cerebrum than he has. I can't hide the fact that my brain is half again larger. But Dave, you kind of look like some of my family members. I mean, we have that in common. I don't normally attend the services at your church, though, Dave. What is it, the Church of No Religion? Yeah. Unlike you, I'm a very pious man. Yeah. You can't tell me I'm not pious because I say it every 15 words. I'm very pious. And I'm very trustworthy, especially the people that use me. I got a lot of dirt on me, Dave. That's why they want to put me in power. They don't want an independent thinker like you. Sorry. I was just having a little moment with Mike Pence. You are not going to build a boat with monies. Dave, do you need plastic surgery? No, I sure don't. Why would I? I look good. Okay, here comes Larry Sinclair.
Hey, do you ever wonder, like, what is going on? I mean, like, do you ever, like, wake up or do something and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois.
And now for the final wrap-up of the entire look back at the gay fraud and the Muslim fraud of the Obamas. Yeah, let's just take a look at this. Look at Michelle or Michael Obama dancing on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Look at that. What is that hanging between his legs? Does anybody know? You think it could be something like a male genitalia? You think? I'm effectively keeping Michelle from running. My worst nightmare was she's going to run as the FLOTUS, as First Lady of the United States, running as the first female president. Yeah. Well, it would be really a shocker to a lot of people who think that she's a transgender, like me. I'm not a transgender. I'm one of those people that think she's a transgender. Okay, thank you. Almost a misuse of the English language. Hey, look at this. This guy really got out there on a cold, busy Chicago highway and posted this. CBS. Let me zoom in on it for you so you can see it. It's out there on the highway. Check it out. This is amazing. He made a statement, man. CBS, ABC News, complicity, pedogate. Yep. Cover-ups. And he's referring to Prince Andrew, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that. That reveal of the woman at ABC News that said that she was told by the royals numerous times to not talk about a story she had 3 years ago. You think that Michelle has Terminator legs, really? You got another post? That was it. Okay, good. You have something? Look at this. Do You guys want to see a guy getting beat up? I don't. I saw this live leak show last night of a guy getting bashed, his head bashed and brain damage in a mall gang fight, and I just don't want to play that. You have crack cocaine is normal in Cameroon? Yeah, it's highly unlikely you're going to be able to get anywhere out of your plastic bag that you're living in. Yeah. And what you're doing is an international crime, a cyber crime, to attack our show. And you're illegally using Microsoft as a venue to get money from people. You know, I have no idea what you're referring to, but I wouldn't mind talking to Bill Gates about this. If only he cared, but I don't think he cares. Thursday's hairstyle fashionable straight down? Really? No, I don't have straight down hair. I have sideways hair. Your link? Well, what do you mean, what would I do? The woman's truck's trailer crashes into highway sign. Let's take a look. All right. Whoa. I would stop the car.
الله يلعن امك يا شيخ يا فاشل. الله يلعن امك.
Thank you for that link, and now back to BBC Radio.
And I'm an assistant producer here at Radio 1 on The Breakfast Show with Nick Grimshaw.
We'll take that. I'm not sure what are we looking at.
Now, just going through my emails, various social topics. I mean, I've got a kind of a wide range to concentrate on those areas. Go again.
Yeah, I'm afraid I can't take that. That's one of those BBC things you keep firing at me, Space Shuttle. That's not what we're here for. Check this tech out, Dave. You're about to see somebody using the liftoff jetpacks currently available. You know, they had these at Disneyland when I was a kid, so I don't know what the big deal is. The guy had one strapped on his back, but I agree, this is pretty cool technology. Isn't it amazing? He's flying, he's soaring high above the... Wow, that is pretty impressive. He's really risking it, though, don't you think? Riding on that platform out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool. And he landed at the landing pad. How cool is that? Isn't it amazing? Well, I'm impressed. Thank you for showing me all those cool things. Tucker Carlson saying that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't killed. Thank you. Thank you, Tucker. You know, I don't have any real aggression toward you. The fact that you're a famous person trying to fill the shoes of other famous people is great. It's good to know that you're out there trying. If you really did say that, that's great. We need to get the truth out there. The truth is that that autopsy picture does not match the person that died. And I believe the coroner needs to be charged with a felony for covering it up. Yeah, the thing is, you're not Microsoft certified people, and you're not offering refunds. What you're doing is you're scamming people for money. And it's not cool. So Tucker Carlson said that Jeffrey Epstein was actually alive? Or was he just saying that he wasn't suicided? Because there's two different things going on in the news right now. I don't have that link. It hasn't hit the YouTube yet. So if it does come in, I'm anxious to see it if Tucker Carlson really did say it on Laura Ingraham's show. But I truly believe that there's something going on. I don't think it's a homicide. I think whoever was killed there some bag person was not Epstein. I think Epstein was ushered out of the building with a man in green fatigues who got into a white van. And there's a couple of anonymous statements that have been made out there that are pretty interesting about what had happened. Apparently some of the guards were afraid for their life, but they said it on an anonymous 4chan board what happened. And they made these predictions before they announced he died, which adds to their validity. Anybody making a statement before the actual media got the information that he allegedly died, absolutely have it right there. Yeah, the ears don't match, and neither does the nose and the cheekbone. And you can see from the physical harm, the fact that the original coroner had said he'd broken his neck and he had been, obviously from this picture, beaten up. There's bruising on the left side of his face, indicates struggle. Why would the original coroner call it a suicide? That looked suspicious from the start. And now the second coroner, Michael Baden, had, Michael Baden has actually gone on record saying that he thinks it was a murder. Okay, we got a story here about the recent loss in Kentucky. Apparently, Donald Trump can't take no for an answer, and he's insisting that, something's wrong with the counting process. The Republicans are claiming, a lot of Republicans are claiming that they were cheating in these states because they lost the Republicans lost the state of Kentucky and other states. Many people are wondering. During a rally Monday evening in Lexington, President Trump urged his fans to go out and vote for incumbent Mike Bevin, warning them as a high-profile loss in a state he won by 30 points sends a really bad message, and pleading, "You can't let that happen to me." Trump said that. Well, the bad message was sent, though Bevin has not conceded the race as Wednesday. With all the precincts reporting, he appears to have lost to the Democratic Attorney General Andy Beshear by over 5,000 votes. Look at Trump.
You're sending that big message to the rest of the country. It's so important. You got to get your friends. You got to vote. Because if you lose, it sends a really bad message. It just sends a bad, and they will build it up. Here's the story. If you win, they're going to make it like ho-hum. And if you lose, they're going to say Trump suffered the greatest defeat in the history of the world. This was the greatest. You can't let that happen to me.
Somebody said, "Are you waxing your eyebrows, Dave?" Well, I am what is called a metrosexual. So I do a little bit of like I have a nose hair thing that trims my nose hair. Yes, look at those idiots. Yeah, look at them. Will you just look at that? But that's about the extent of it. It's not like I'm spending all my time trimming my nose hair. Joe Biden likes children. He's still in the race. They say he's the only guy who could beat Donald Trump in the upcoming debate, or the upcoming race. They say he has a better chance of beating Donald Trump than any other candidate, including Elizabeth Warren. So, Joe, could you just stop touching the children? This was Iowa a couple days ago. This is after he's been told not to do this. Yeah, he's smelling her. Oh yes, oh golly God, it was just a weirdo.
Ever, period.
And that's not to leave out the men as well.
That's true.
I am a sexual assault survivor, and I know the effects, the aftermath, the trauma, psychological, physical, mental. It can be terrifying, waking up every day feeling unsafe in your own body. But we're here to remind you that it's important to reach out to someone in your life that you can trust, and to know that they will be there to help you. There will be someone to listen. Because you know what? It's on us.
What is? What's on you? Yeah. Now, Joe Biden made a statement here that I don't understand. Listen to this again.
I'm here with not only a great friend, but a fierce advocate. Lady Gaga has been the voice for people who have been forgotten and people who have been abused. Until what happens to you, well, it happened to her. And she's shown enormous courage. And we want to make it real clear. It's on us, it's on everyone to intervene, to stop abuse when they see it and when they hear about it, to intervene. It's no man has a right to raise a hand to a woman for any reason other than self-defense.
Wait a second. He thinks that men have the right to raise a hand to women under self-defense? Is that okay with all of you? I mean, that I was told to never hit a woman by my father. He said, don't ever hit a woman. Walk away. So I would walk away from a woman who's trying to attack me. I don't go shopping, extreme cheapskate. You're too spendy for me. Yeah, so I don't know. He's endorsing hitting women in self-defense. I don't get that. You think if a woman walked up to you and slapped you, you'd slap her right back, huh, misanthropy? Really? Okay. Well, I'm not trying to warp your view, but I was always told you never hit a woman, ever. I don't know. Remember when Tom Arnold talked about there being a picture of Donald Trump beating up Melania in an elevator? Remember that? And he said that there was a video of Donald Trump beating up his wife in an elevator, and Tom Arnold said that. And then the Secret Service went to his house, and then he hasn't been heard from since. There's no proof of that. No, that's just an allegation. There is proof of the PP tape, though. That much we do know is out there. Yeah, we've seen 24 seconds of it on the internet. If you haven't seen it, just Google it. It'll probably pop up. I'm not going to show it to you. I don't want to denigrate our president, no matter how denigrating he is. Well, let's be clear. I still would like to know why Vindman wasn't fired. I mean, Vindman gave testimony critical of the president. I mean, he has no intention of leaving his White House job. You got to wonder what's going on. Is Vindman, is he going to, like, be fired? Or Donald, are you going to fire him? No, he's not. He's not going to fire him. He doesn't care. Bill Burr would disagree about it. He says hit women. That's terrible.
No, we have these huge battles. You know what the maddest she ever got at me was? One time she was watching this show. It was like a poor excuse for The View.
This is why I didn't like this guy. Number one, he's a misogynist. Number two, he's not a massage therapist. And number three, he's not that funny. Thank you. I know you may think Bill Burr's hilarious. I don't. You're fired. Something's wrong here. This isn't right. How dare you? So Bill Gates is criticizing Elizabeth Warren's plan for taxing the super rich. I'm beginning to like Bill Gates. A little bit. Kind of. Are U.S. billionaires really going to pay more taxes? And he goes on to say that, but when you say I should pay $100 billion, then I'm starting to do a little math about what I have left over. You really want the incentive system to be there without threatening that? He says. You really want the incentive system to be there without threatening that? Emphatically. He's the second richest person in the world, according to Forbes, with a net worth of $106 billion. But that's nothing, really. There are far more rich people than Bill Gates. He could barely shine the shoes of the Rothschilds. Yes. The Rothschilds' net worth is clearly more than $200 trillion. But no one talks about them because they're so rich that they don't even rate. If Forbes did a trillionaires selection, it would only have members of the elite Rothschild family in it. Like the legendary Jacob Rothschild, one of the richest men in the world. Clearly he's so rich that he doesn't even care that I'm talking about him right now. He's impervious to all of you plebeians, you little people. But the monetary system has been known to have a very durable approach, and I'm certainly willing to wait for that. I have many years ahead of me now that my face has changed. Okay, we're clearing out. We're getting back to what matters in life. The Matrix, the first of its kind, assembled and developed by the Military Intelligence Society. These were the people that created the Matrix, which we all live by and in without knowing it. Did you hear about that woman in San Jose that she had gone kind of nuts, gonzo, on the phone with her dad? And she was a Utah software developer. She's an app developer. She died. Yeah. And she absolutely started going off claiming that she was in the Matrix. I was shocked. Family of the Utah Tech CEO Aaron Valente is still overwhelmed with what they went through recently. The call they got made them worry, and they called the San Jose police and they gave her the runaround. Typically they won't say that your loved one is missing for over 3 days past when they are missing. But this tech CEO was found dead, and she thought she was in the Matrix. Very, very beautiful woman found dead in her car in San Jose. They still have no leads as to what happened to her. Isn't that weird? And the father of the tech CEO of this person that was found dead claimed a charade of police search. Cops began searching for Erin after she missed a flight home to Salt Lake City from San Jose on October 7th. So this wasn't that long ago, 1 month ago. But Joseph Valente says an official missing person report wasn't filed until Thursday. He adds officers were unable to locate his 33-year-old daughter even though they spoke to her by phone. That's what's weird. They spoke to her by phone, but they were unable to locate her. And they had the make and the model and the license plate of her rental vehicle and obtained a cell phone information that put her in the Almondon neighborhood, according to the San Jose Mercury News. But Erin's body was ultimately found Saturday, a half a mile from her last known location in Almondon, by someone who volunteered through the Help Find Erin Valente Facebook page. The sheriff didn't find her at all. It's almost like the sheriff was involved in her missing. It's very strange. Yeah. San Jose, check it out. It's well worth looking at. Okay, we're almost done with that, and we're knocking them off over there. Good. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, great. We did the technology thing. Okay, now for a brief musical interlude. Yeah, I'm trying to check out some of the audio I was working on last month. Okay, I just want to make sure that that was available. I have it queued up when I need it. So if you're worried about technology taking over and AI becoming too powerful, have no fear. My third eye is near. I can predict various things that will happen in the near future simply by analyzing data. I will proceed in this fashion. Let's take a look. What do you think? Do you think AI will be RFID chipping us within the next 5 years? I don't think so. I think the plan is to convert us somehow to a socialist nation, which that is their primary goal. And the more we resist that, the more likely we'll be able to prevent herd inoculation. You think they will in the next 5 years? Yeah. Let's ask the third eye if we will be seeing RoboCops in the next 5 years. Yes. They're already in existence in Dubai. Whether they're sophisticated enough to kick your ass, that's another thing. I've been looking for robotic clips, and we've seen a couple that are pretty seriously messed up. Well, they're getting incredibly agile. Robots are almost 1,000 times more powerful than humans. But meet the terrifying new RoboCop that's patrolling Dubai. There it is. Hello. Welcome to the show. My name is RoboCop. No mouth. You just hear a speaker. I should do the show this way. Yes. Hello. I am here to do your show. It's kind of like some major weird bondage person, you know. I have no face. I am your robot assistant. I will gradually become a human being. Isn't that weird? All right, moving on. Mouth is covered by digital burqa. Vulnerability in Ring doorbells left the door open for hackers to open the door. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I got the power. You got the power to open your... Somebody has the power to open your door and hack into it. In-Ring doorbells. Whoa. Bitdefender, the tireless actuary of the Internet of Things, were able to crack into homeowners' personal Wi-Fi networks via Amazon's Ring doorbells. The video-enabled auto locks that allow homeowners to remotely open the door. And as Bitdefender's chief security researcher Jay Balan told Gizmodo over the phone, only a bad actor has access to a home network. It's game over. Once that bad actor has an access to a home network, it's game over. Balan told us that the vulnerability was discovered following a request from PC Magazine to look into the device, and it's now being patched. Thank you. Patch me. Kyle MacLachlan and Sheryl Lee talking?
Well, your character, the first time we meet Agent Cooper, he's driving into Twin Peaks, and to me that scene just really encapsulates.
Wow, he's really aged. Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan. I remember him in Blue Velvet. Remember that scene where he meets Frank? Blue Velvet. The candy-coated clown they call the Sandman. Tiptoes. Every morning, every night. Yeah, there he was in Blue Velvet. One of the key scenes. He's spying on this woman. And she's like, she's Frank's prostitute.
No way! I want to see you get undressed!
I saw you come in.
What a... Boy, he's gone through a lot. A metamorphosis. Great movie if you haven't seen Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet. This meme came in earlier. It really typifies what the Republicans are saying, and they have a point about the Democrats in some ways. Whether it's true or not, Democrats are so busy creating evidence against Trump that all the mass shootings stopped. Isn't that weird? Yeah, there are no more mass shootings going on, so they don't have any like Parkland shootings to blame for gun control. And they're just so excited they've got the dirt on Trump. They're just riding with it. You go, girl. David, do you eat a case of pasta every week? No, I don't. I don't hardly eat pasta. Tonight I made a rice dish. Bam Margera says, Dave, I'm thinking about doing 3 TV meals plus veggies for snacks. Is that too much sodium? If you're on a daily dose of McDonald's, Bam Margera, that's actually an improvement. But TV meals tend to be about 500 milligrams of salt minimum. So check to make sure if you got one of those. Because if you got the 800 milligrams of salt, 3 of those is too much salt. So check the salt rating right around 500. Otherwise, you're going to be overdosing on salt. Yeah, but the veggies for snacks is a good idea. If you're planning on building your meal around, TV dinners, try to stay within 500. That'll 1,500 milligrams. That'll take up some of the slack. I know. Okay. And if you want, you could. What people are doing is cutting their meals down to two TV meals a day. and veggies for snacks in between. And just to go with a light breakfast. So have your TV meal in the afternoon and the evening. But have a light breakfast that, you know, makes sense for you. And the thing that really cuts fat is grapefruit. Grapefruit has a coenzyme in it. It's a bioactivator that helps break down fat molecules in your body. It's been proven. I'm blocking Echo from sending data back. I don't know why you've been banned on iBlog. Mark, I think, is behind the iBlog takeover. iBlog's been keeping a lot of people out, Victory for Kate. What they're trying to do is make it seem like I don't have any viewers. I know you like pizza. They've made a brand new organic pizza on the market now. And they have it in the frozen section. Yes. I saw a couple of them in my local Safeway, so this is the one that I saw. It's called Wellesley Farms Organic Thin Crust Pizza. Okay, you've got an addiction, right? You're going to get the best. Why waste your money on something cheap, store-bought? This way you can pull a slice out when you want it as opposed to a whole pizza. Then you'll still get your daily dose of food addiction that you're craving. But by getting an organic fire roasted spinach and feta wood-fired pizza, that looks so good. That's what I would do. And then just cut them off as you see fit and put them in the toaster oven. Don't buy the whole pizzas. That's where you're blowing it. What you really want is just the taste treat of the pizza, not the whole pizza, which is making you gain weight. You went to someone's house and they had an iPhone, a smartwatch, and a smart TV, and you felt raped. You know, Misanthropy, I go to these places, I go to people's homes and they were using Echo or Alexa or yeah, or Siri or Cortana, all these different AI systems. And they absolutely are disturbing when they walk around going, Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, play a Robert Plant, 29 Palms. Alexa, you know, all these things. It's like they've got a conversation with Alexa going on, and they don't even talk to you. Hey, Dave, you want another beer? That's about all I ever got from these people. Hey, Dave, you want another beer? I don't drink beer. So I'm like, no, I don't drink beer, man. Oh, okay, whatever. Alexa, play Pink Floyd, The Wall. Alexa, you know, it's just like, it's disturbing, really, when you think about it. Yeah, grapefruit in the morning, if you can pull it off, is probably your best way to get started, because that will automatically start helping those pounds peel off. And when you get hungry, if you do a little exercise beforehand, or even after, that'll help augment the food that you're eating. Yes, someone asked you to give an email address to them, and you told them, I don't do anything personal over email, sorry. That's a good idea. Well, you were the one that said that somebody had somehow hacked into your computer the other day when you were researching something and someone talked about the thing you're researching. Did that really happen to you? Did you, Misanthropy, did you get your computer hacked into during the show? No one wants to admit that, right? That's funny. Somebody tweeted this, Med for All. Okay. It has some person driving up their car, filling up their gas tank, open it up, and you see the reflection of Greta Thunberg on the outside. How dare you? How dare you? Hello, Cult of Snishnosh. Yeah, Green Acres was great. Yeah, I think it was. That's right. Space Shuttle said Green Acres was the greatest show of all time while I was downloading Green Acres. Yeah, was that somebody accessing somehow your computer? I mean, it did seem really weird. Yeah. Green Acres is the place for you. You know, your filters in your diesel are designed to prevent your neighbors from breathing it when you drive next to them. Diesel is actually considered the clean burning fuel, believe it or not. Dave, Jackie Lee has it really in for you. Really, what did she say? What did Jackie Lee say this time? I don't even know who Jackie Lee is. Let me take a look. Researching Jackie Lee. Hold, please. I do mean Jackie Lee. You mean BuzzFeed? Yeah, that's a dude, man. I don't know what your deal is. Yeah, I don't know anybody by that name. You mean this Jackie Lee? The Asian woman? Yeah, see, there's so many Jackie Lees out there, I can't tell you who actually it is. Hey, we did want to bring you the yeah, that report. It is kind of important. ABC News had stopped the report on Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew 3 years before it actually made the mainstream media. And this woman who worked for the mainstream media, Amy Rohrbach, she's actually the person who brought it up. And as you can see, she's a very beautiful woman, and she's a little upset that she couldn't, do the story. And I know she wanted to, but I think it's upsetting her that she didn't do it, so she has to take a second best. Sorry. Let's play it. Play it again, Sam.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything.
Hey, if you want to check out our website, folks, I was just told by somebody that we don't have a platform. No. Jackie Lee is wrong. We have a platform. You just have to go to americasthirdparty.com. It's always on the screen. You simply click the platform button. We want to end war. We will subtract troops from the Middle East. Maintain volunteer fighting force of 2 million. Ending selective service requirement. We want to end the draft. End the use of GMOs, fluoride in water, chemtrails, and forced vaccinations. Legalization of marijuana, a 15% sales tax given back to states per capita. Epstein was never in jail. Right, exactly. Tort reform, I'm one of the few people that talk about tort reform. Capping 2 million plus free medical life for victims. I'm the only guy talking about tort reform. Term limits for all. An amendment proposed by Senator Jim McDement. We support that. No individual mandates. More individual freedom, ending brutality. A lot of different things we want to touch on regarding police brutality, individual mandates, requirements by our government, the Democrats wanting us to carry health insurance. That didn't work out too well. That actually came out before that. New ideas for the future, hybrid capitalism, return on investment to run the government, back to the basics plan, a blueprint for economic recovery. We have a really good plan. Homestead renewal plan, existing HUD funds to renovate America. Transcontinental maglev rail system, build as we grow plan. Take 1 mile at a time building the maglev. Ocean pipeline projects to create freshwater solutions. I mean, we've got a platform to beat all other platforms. So don't let Jackie Lee tell you I don't have a platform. It goes on and on and on, and it goes into detail too. My God. How dare you? This is all wrong. I should be in school. We asked her the other day if she was dating you. No. You guys aren't dating, right? David, ISPs are now sending people free Google Homes. I never knew that. How does a person get a free Google Home? I would like to know. How dare you? Greta Thunberg is the child of the corn. Yes. I knew the creators of Children of the Corn. One. Yes, I don't think they hired her to do that. They're randomly sending people homes? Are you serious? That's great. Internet service providers are now sending people free Google Homes. How do you sign up to that service provider? And who are they exactly? I want to know. Inquiring minds want a good deal. Let me do a breakaway session on my own platform of music. So, how dare you? Yeah, I've got this great platform called Cool Rock. And we're up and running here. The Cool Rock community. That's right. Take the lime and the coconut and rub it all over. How dare you pollute my ecosystem with your website? Over here you've got the YouTube channel, 30,000 hours of broadcasting. Over here we've got Web Oasis, a doorway to the internet. And as we go down, by the way, you can move any of these boxes around if you so choose, and you can X out of them if you want. This is your website to do whatever you want with. All these are buttons, you can move those around too. We've got song lyric generator, world clocks, record a song, foods worldwide, Scissor Fights Music 1 and 2, what happened when you were born, a great downloader for YouTube videos, chat with AI, play NES games, the Dissenter browser, and foreign aid map. You know, that foreign aid map, I should just bookmark that. That's pretty cool. I'm going to put it in my bookmark section called Reddit, because it's a Reddit link. Resolving host, Reddit room. I'm flipping it right now. I'm going to do an update. There's a I don't know where the Talalia yeah, I don't know. I had a browser that you sent me. What was the name of that browser that you sent? Talalia? Sarah's here. Yeah, what was that name of that browser? Talalia Misanthropy? Look at this. My ISP browser sent me a Google Home with no message at all. All I got was shipping info and packing slip. Okay? As a fairly paranoid privacy freak, I really don't want this. I don't even use any Google services besides YouTube when Nvidia.us isn't working. Has this happened to anyone else, or is my ISP my secret Santa today? Get your camera and drill out to destroy the Google Home using it. Record yourself, please. Millions of views. Oh, I see. I think it's a scam to get views. It's not really giving you Google Homes, whatever that is. Okay, here's a link to Tutanotto. Secure email. It's better than Proton Mail, because Proton Mail has the impression people get, you know, that you're some sort of a hacker by using Proton Mail. This doesn't have that persona or that impression. So I'm going to get this link right there and add Tutona.com to our Cool Rock site here. So all I'm going to do, this is how simple this site is for me to update. I'm going to get rid of the foreign aid map right there, and then just put in private emails, private email, solutions, and we'll just put Tutona in there. and make it the same thing, and you just go, okay, you're good to go. And I'm just going to go ahead and all I have to do is go up to the top of the site and go save. And page saved successfully. It's the coolest site ever. And if you ever want to do anything fun things out there, you can certainly do fun things all over the place. This, I'll leave this up. This has the all the different VR systems that are out there. I played those last night for you. And we have a news channel at the bottom called All Sides. New York judge orders Trump to pay $2 million in charity settlement. It comes from various sides of the political spectrum. You get their take on it. It's really good. Find out about America with Explore the States and hang out at Cool Rock. I'm just going to save it again so it keeps that thing up on the list. Hopefully it'll do that. All right, Sarah's here to take over for the show. I'm going to sign off for a while. Thank you, Sarah.
So in downloads over here, I am opening up a thing called vMix Desktop Capture.
Oh, great.
So then I open up, that was a zip drive I did, and now I'm opening up the file.
Execute it?
Now I'm going to execute it.
Do we have to execute it every time?
Yep.
Okay. That's the way programs used to be. They didn't lock onto your computer and start in your startup phase. They used to just execute when you needed them.
And it says ready. So then I'm going to say open this one as well. I'm going to, this is my attempt right now. I hate hot dogs and Polish sausage and bologna and salami. I like pepperoni on a pizza.
Did you try any of that vegan thing that I add sausages to?
Yeah, but I didn't eat the sausages.
Okay, you pulled them out?
Yes, because I don't like sausage.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I put sausage in it because I wanted to eat the dish because I'm not vegan. But I think it'll be good. Tutanota is derived from Latin, contains the words tuta and nota, which means secure message. Fascinating, True Blue. Thank you.
So then I go over here and I add source, and we'll see if it works. And I go to New Tech NDI stream.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I can pull this in. Let's see, hopefully. That pulls in my entire computer.
Awesome.
Screen. I go over here and I go to, maybe I just want...
She did it.
The VirtualBox Manager.
Wow.
I pull that up.
That's so cool.
The VirtualBox Manager.
That is so cool.
So it's NDI.
So,
NDI. Like there used to be the video toaster people.
Yeah. I'm so amazed.
They're
New Tech.
amazing.
I am pleased, man. This is so great.
Okay, so here is Arch Linux.
Wow.
This is my VirtualBox
awesome. You can
right
take over.
here. I can't really, I don't know if I can make it any bigger than that.
That's amazing. You did it.
But I'm going to open up
Yay!
my Arch Linux. So here's where I made a mistake the other day. I'm not vegan, I just don't like sausage. I really don't. I like Italian sausage, but I do not like so now I have to add source, so I'm going to get.
Okay, so you left me the big one, right? The big one has the sausages in it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't take the sausages out of all the little ones, but.
Oh, you didn't? Then why did you put it in there?
No, I just ate. I just put them in. I put everything together, and I got one and I ate.
So where are all the sausages from the one you pulled out?
I just put little extra sausages in there. You can take the other sausages out of the other one. I do not like kielbasa. Oh God, no.
Well, I have to pull out sausages out of your food now.
Well, yes, sure.
All right.
Now I have to see one thing. I don't know if it's going to let me pull in these. Windows Explorer, let's see. No. So I've got to remove that.
Yeah, I agree. The sausages really weren't necessary.
Maybe we can do VirtualBox, maybe, maybe not. Okay, not that. Remove. Oh wait, I might have messed up there. Okay, stream. Display one. VirtualBox manager.
Scissorfight, you're welcome to ban that person.
Firefox.
Okay, I'll see if I can do that. Get it out of here.
I don't want that one. So let me remove that. Oh, there is a problem. Drink lots of water if you took mushroom. Victory for cake. Hopefully it'll drink a lot of water. The only problem, so I was trying this. I have one vMix display Windows Explorer. Wait, what happened there? Something must have happened. Let me close out of this. Oh, this is weird. 6 connections. Let me remove that. But this is not my real thing. It's not actually doing a time correction. Oh, this might not be what I need. Ready 2 connections, ready 3 connections. There's Arch Linux. Yay. That's a good start. Okay, I'm going to remove this.
Okay, I took care of it. There's no more sausages in your dish.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really not a...
I'm amazed at what you did. This is awesome.
Okay, kind of, but it should have this.
Mm-hmm.
Where it says Arch Linux Oracle VM VirtualBox.
Mm-hmm.
That should be one of these sources for connections. But when I go here, it doesn't have that. As a VirtualBox manager.
Wasn't it enough to grab the screen?
Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can expand out the screen. I go like this. Input devices help. View. Full screen mode. Okay. Host F. right, Control F. It's not a lot for you to see.
Well, for what it's worth, I agree with you that those sausages taste like hot dogs to me.
Yeah, they look like hot dogs.
I know, and I'm really sorry I bought them. And I don't have any more except for the ones that I still have, which are 4 links.
I think I'm going to click capture. Oh, wait. So I'm going to boot Arch Linux x86-64. I know you can't see the whole thing, but... so you can see a little bit. Aww. Okay. Wait. First type LSBLK. Alright, I'll try that. Alright, I'm typing LSBLK. It's too small to see. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Oh. Oh. Now I see it. When I typed that before, I did not see that. Okay, I have loop 0. So I created this SD1, which is a 10 gigabyte drive, which is a DOS thing. And then, I know, I wish I could zoom in. I'm sorry I can't. I wonder if I can make it bigger over here. Can't. Can't make it any bigger. Audio output. Oh wait, maybe. Let me see what this says. Oh no. That just got rid of it. Oh no, I just messed up. Okay. I am copying it, or I'm using it through David's XSplit. Crop it. Oh, duh. Good advice. I'm so glad you guys are here to help me. Thank you. Let me try this again. Why does it say Virtual Manager 1 virtual? Let's try this. That's nothing. That should come up with it, but what's not working? Totally messed up here. Wait, Control F, Control H. Now I messed up. How do I get out of this? right click, Control F, Control H, Control G, Control 5, Control, I don't know. Okay, moving on. F, right control. Oh, I was doing left control. Duh. I'm going to have a lot of those duh, Sarah moments in this. For sure. Thank you, Rooksky. You guys are awesome. You're like my little, you're my teachers. I love that you're teaching me VirtualBox. Sarah, duh. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. 4 connections, 11 frames per second. Why aren't you working? NDI. Okay, that's okay. Better than yesterday. Remove. Add source. Streams. NewTek NDI. I want to bring in that. But I did something where it won't bring it in now. That's weird. Still report you're doing a print screen. I was born in 78. Okay, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to restart my... I'm going to restart. Oh, maybe it's because... No, I don't really know what it's from. But I am going to restart my vMix thing. I'm a Carter baby. What's VFIO? Oh, thanks, Scissor Fight. Some people think older people should stay off the computer. I think that older people, everyone should try the computer. Just because you're old doesn't mean you can't learn new things. If you really want to learn it, you will. Ready. 0 connections. I already am. Victory. Very far integrated optics. Thank you. Older people invented the internet. Duh. Now I'm just... Things were going so well. And then I messed something up. And I don't know how I changed anything. I'm trying to show what I was doing, but my NDI issue stopped working, so I think I'm going to have to remove this. I think I'm going to have to restart my computer yet again. This is 0 connections, but I don't understand. All of those are not working. It should come through, like, so I'm going to restart again. Last time I shut down, this time I'm just going to restart. I'm going to try this again, Sarah. I have Arch Linux up, but alright, LS, BLK, and CF disk. I know, I'm sorry. I'm going to tonight. I'm doing this. I am going to do this. I'm so close. You're right, it is like that. I apologize. I'm just extending out the foreplay. That's it. Younger people think there's only the internet. I don't think so, 303. It might have already happened to you, but now I'm getting a thing that opens up whenever I start my computer. It's a window that says C/Windows/System32/WBEM/WMIC.execute or exe. I think I'm just going to close it out. And then it says Microsoft Security Advisory is required for this application. So I'm just going to cancel that out for now. I'm going to open up my We're slowly getting there. You're so right about, like, just trim it up over at that. Okay, downloads. No, Ubuntu. I'm not clicking on any pictures, thank you. I have other things I need to do. Alright, this is Ready Zero Connections as well.
You know, I have a feeling, I have a strange theory that the microwave oven's running on low when you make that adjustment.
Uh-huh.
I noticed this with the cat food when I run it on low. If I've just cooked something really hot, they say there's no lingering radiation inside the microwave after the waves are over. But I have cooked things hot and then have gone to a low setting, and it actually keeps going with the higher circuit levels.
Oh, this is really... I'm so sorry to hear that. I think I need to restart...
Which computer?
XSplit.
On which computer? The shows?
Yeah, because...
You lock up?
It's saying that I can add these sources.
Why don't we just... reboot the show? We'll just do a second part. Part 2, I guess.
Yeah.
If you'd like, I could do that.
I'm just going to close out of the show right now.
Okay.
You do some kind of teaser at the end. Subscribe and all that good stuff.
We do. And
see ya.
We'll wrap up this segment of the show, and I'll do a 1-hour show for the part 2 section. And we could just go to an audio clip of something like cowbell.
Well, how do you close the show normally?
Normally at the very end of the evening,
you're recording.
No, I play this closer right here, which is pretty powerful.
Let's just play that.
Okay.
We're going to close out the show a little bit earlier so that I can focus on learning some code.
Okay, and we'll be right back up, folks. We're bringing the show back up, but we're restarting the computer.
We're just closing out of the recorded broadcast.
All
If
right.
you like this recording, please view us live, americasthirdparty.com, coolrock.com, Twitch. We're broadcasting all over the other places, Twitch TV.tv/coolrockparty, and also follow us on Twitter at Third Party. Thank you so much.